Hello, this is Greg Van Kirk, and I wanted to take a few minutes here to walk through the empowerment map, collaborative change-making tool. This is one of the situation analysis tools, so you can see there at the top. And this is in toolkit 3, human-centered and systems mapping of the collaborative change-making field guide. So the empowerment map starting at the top here. This is for conversations focused on understanding how people are empowered and disempowered. And so I'm going to go through about this tool, which we're going to go through the the formula, the empowerment formula here. Then I'll walk through how to use the tool itself, and then I'll share the 3 different engagement roles and how you might use this tool for each of those engagement roles, to just providing some recommendations, some suggestions, but obviously you can use it in your own way too that you might find out creatively. So starting at the top here about this tool, there's a goal that someone's trying to achieve, but they can't. Why can't they? It's probably because they're disempowered in some way. Your job as a change maker is to play a value-added role in helping people to become, parentheses, more empowered to achieve their goals. This empowerment map tool should help you and your team figure out where and how to do this. This tool uses the empowerment AIR formula to guide your conversations, decisions, and actions. The formula is as follows. So empowerment, for someone to be empowered, equals A, which is the ability, plus I, the incentives, plus R, the resources. So ability consists of both the knowledge and the skills required to achieve a goal. Incentives are the intrinsic motivators, so things that drive the heart, drive you to want to do things internally, intrinsically, and extrinsic drivers. And resources are the assets needed to achieve the goal. It's the things that you need. Right? It could be money, it could be equipment, what have you. Okay. In short, the necessary ability, incentives, and resources must all be in place and add up, this is a formula, for someone to be empowered to achieve their goals. Disempowerment results from a deficiency or gap in any one of these 3 components. Needless to say, both reality and perception matter. The reality of someone's ability, but also someone's own perception of their ability, for example, matters. Using this tool, you should gain an understanding of where relative empowerment and disempowerment exist, and where you might be able to step in to leverage strengths and or to overcome weaknesses. Okay, so going to the tool itself, again, like all these tools, pretty straightforward. Really just to sort of to ignite, to spark a really helpful, insightful, analytical conversation. So you want to start at the top and say the person or the group. So who are the people that we're hoping to support here? Who are the beneficiaries, the clients, the customers, right? The goal. So what is the goal of, you're going to jot down, what's the goal of that person? What is it that that person or those people are trying to achieve? And then we have on the left-hand side here, the components in that first column. So we have our ability, knowledge, our ability, skills, incentives, and resources. And then the analysis. So strengths, right? So you might want to start at the top and say, okay, ability, knowledge. Okay, where does this person or where do these people have strengths in their knowledge to help them achieve the goal? Where's something sort of a strong suit there? Knowledge that they possess is going to help them to achieve it. Right? Then we go to skills. What skills do they have that will help them to achieve the goal? What are their incentives to achieve the goal? What are the resources that they have to achieve the goal? Right? Always starting with strength, starting with an asset frame. Then we're going to go over to weaknesses. Right? Okay, so what doesn't exist? What might need to, where might they need support? Where might we need to fill in some gaps and look at the weaknesses? Right? And the goal of this is to be able to understand where you can leverage strengths that already exist and really recognize those, and maybe where you can step in, you can work with people on their weaknesses to build them into strengths, right? So as always with this tool, you can see here, you can click on this and edit it in Google Sheets, make it your own, use it virtually with people, change it around. It's all yours once you've gone through it and access the Google Sheet. Engagement role guidance with this tool. So as always, you're going to modify how you use this tool based on the context and the goals of the conversation. So if you are engaged in hands-on, right? You're volunteering, you're working, you're interning. One option would be to use this for conversations with the organization you're working with to understand the empowerment formula for the people they support. Right? So there's an organization you're working with. In some way, they're trying to support some with a product, with a service, selling something, giving something. Right? It's going to be different. Depends on your context. What's the empowerment formula for those folks? Right? What's the goal that that the folks they support are trying to achieve? And then what's that empowerment formula? And maybe where are they stepping in? Um, if you're part of a team of volunteers, another option might be to use this for yourselves. What's your goal as volunteers? What are you trying to achieve? Right? You're the volunteers, that's the people. Note that down and then go through the tool. If you're engaged in a consulting role, what's the goal of the consulting project? Or what's the goal of the people that the consulting project aspires to support? Use the tool to figure out the empowerment formula for either or both of these. And if you're innovating, use this to figure out where your innovation might add value in the empowerment formula for the people that the innovation aspires to support. All right. So who are the people that you hope to support? Have conversations with them, learn about them, try to figure out the empowerment formula for them, and then you can figure out where you can step in and help out with your innovation. So hopefully you find this helpful. Again, you got here notes. You can note down some notes about how you might apply it in your own case. And that is the empowerment map, a super, super, super helpful tool that I would recommend using very often. Something that I use as probably one of the top 5 tools all of the time when I'm doing this work. So thank you very much, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or comments or need any additional support.